Well, they call this place home. Problem is they don't pay rent or own the house. The government does. It's one of many considered too dangerous to live in after disastrous floods, and today the squatters were shown the door.
Do we really need this many cops? I know there's lots of domestic violence going on in this community. A lot of people actually in danger right now.
A confrontation playing out in Mullumbimby this morning as police officers step in to carry out orders of the Supreme Court.
Okay, it's owned by the government. They've asked you to leave. That's the law. They've asked you to leave. So you need to leave.
But this is a taxpayer-owned home.
I'm not going to get into that.
But we all paid for this.
Chels Hood Withy has been living here as an illegal occupant, along with many other homeless citizens in nearby Lismore. The New South Wales government bought back the flood-prone homes and boarded them up. But Chels removed the boards and moved in, putting a roof over the heads of 4 others.
So why demolish perfectly good homes that the government spent millions of dollars buying back? Why not move them, set them up and put people in them?
In May, the New South Wales Reconstruction Authority was successful in its Supreme Court action to enforce eviction.
I've been trying to negotiate something to legitimise my stay here, pay my way. They didn't want to meet us there. And as a final resort, they've taken us to the Supreme Court.
Today was D-Day for Chels and others who were not copping the eviction quietly.
Do you support what our government's doing?
That's got nothing to do with that. That's got nothing to do with it.
It kind of does.
Like, it doesn't. No. I'm not going to get arguing with this. You've been asked to leave.
Amanda Lake from the New South Wales Reconstruction Authority joins me now. Amanda, why are you kicking these people out?
Well, good to be with you tonight, Ali. We're kicking these people out because fundamentally the homes are not in a safe location. They're in the highest risk part of the floodplain, and that's the reason that they were bought back in the first place. So we need to move on these illegal occupants so that we can assess the homes and either relocate the homes or, if necessary, the homes will be demolished.
Can you understand any of their argument? They claim that they have nowhere else to go.
We've been working for months and months with these people to try to peacefully negotiate a solution. We've had Homes New South Wales and Social Futures, a local housing provider, offer them temporary and emergency accommodation, but they just haven't wanted to engage with us on that, and they've wanted to stay in those properties.
So how do locals feel up there about the squatters? Because it's not just Shell's home, there are entire streets that have been taken over.
So the general community sentiment is that they want these illegal occupants moved on. Most people are paying rent or they're, under mortgage stress, as we know, and then down the street there's people living there for free. And many or most of those people were not flood impacted in 2022. In fact, some of them have come from other parts of Australia, some of them have even come from overseas, and they've been living free in these homes for months and months.
There were a lot of police involved today. Why so many?
We wanted to make sure that it was safe. So, public safety is a really high priority for us, and we wanted to make sure we had the resources on hand to be able to manage the situation. We weren't sure what the response would be from the illegal occupants. Previously, we've had some challenging behaviour, and so we just wanted to make sure that everyone was safe.
Chels claims the home they're living in is perfectly safe and has never flooded. Has the government bought back any homes that are safe to live in?
All the homes that have been bought back have been assessed as being at risk in a future flood. So that claim is not correct.
How did these places go during Cyclone Alfred back in March?
Well, particularly the houses in Pine Street, that whole area re-flooded, and because we were not sure whether the illegal occupants had evacuated in advance of the cyclone or if they had stayed in place, we needed to send some of our dedicated emergency services personnel into that street to door knock those homes to make sure everyone had got out safely. Now remember, some of those homes had people rescued from roofs in 2022, and tragically 3 people lost their lives.
So now that these people have been moved on, or that process is underway, you're not just going to board the houses back up and leave them there?
We have teams of people ready to go in the next few days to assess the homes, to understand what, asbestos or other materials might be in those homes, with a view to being able to relocate them. And if we can't relocate them, then they will be demolished and we'll recycle as much of the materials as we possibly can.
Okay, so you have a wait list. You've got families waiting for these homes to be assessed, relocated, so that they can move in and get on with their lives.
That's right. We've already sold more than 60 of these buyback properties as part of a relocation expression of interest. And so local families are buying these homes, moving them off the floodplain into areas around Lismore and the rest of the Northern Rivers, and giving the homes a new life, and that's what we want to see. During Cyclone Alfred, some 640 homes had been settled, which meant 640 families weren't at risk of being flooded had that cyclone had the devastating impacts we thought it might have.
Do you have any sympathy for the people being kicked out today?
Look, I always have sympathy for people who are homeless, but we have worked really hard to try and connect them to homeless support services. And even today, 3 people did take up that offer that's been provided to them for emergency accommodation.
Before you go, anyone who's watching and sees that these homes have now been emptied and thinking maybe I'll move in, what do you say to them?
Please don't. We really want to keep this program moving. We now want to move into building a resilient community in the Northern Rivers, and to do that we need to get those homes off the floodplain. The only way we can do that is to assess them and understand if they can be moved, and if they can, we'll be making that our priority in coming weeks.
Thanks, Amanda. Appreciate your time.
Thanks so much, Ali.
And we're told that Chels has been offered accommodation through Homes New South Wales.